Assab, a name heavy with history, hope, and heartbreak. A coastal city at the edge of the Red Sea. Once a shared lifeline, today a source of tension. The world is watching. Africa is waiting. Will Assab become a bridge of peace or the spark of another war? To understand today's crisis, we must go back. Assab was not always a matter of politics. It was once a fishing town, a place where ordinary people lived quietly by the sea. But in 1869, it was purchased by the Italians. That purchase marked the beginning of modern Eritrea and the beginning of colonial games in the Horn of Africa. For Ethiopia, Assab was never just a dot on a map. It was the main port through which Ethiopia connected to the world. From Assab's shores, fuel was imported, goods were exported. Ethiopia's trade lifeline flowed. Families from Tigray, Afar, and beyond settled in Assab. Eritreans and Ethiopians intermarried, traded, and worked side by side. They shared markets, shared neighborhoods, shared bread. That is why when we talk about Assab today, we must remember Eritrea and Ethiopians are not strangers. They are brothers. They speak the same language, eat the same food, dance to the same music, and pray in the same phases. An Eritrean child and an Ethiopian child look at each other and see not difference, but reflection. As the old proverb says, when spider webs unite, they can tie up a lion. But when those webs are cut apart, even a small breeze can destroy them. Sadly, instead of unity, politics planted division. In 1993, Eritrea gained independence. Ethiopia, with more than 100 million people, became landlocked overnight. Assab, once a shared artery, became a guarded border. Then came the 1998-2000 war. More than 70,000 lives lost. Brothers killing brothers, sisters burying their sons, families on both sides destroyed. Nelson Mandela once said, "If you want to make peace with your enemy, you have to work with your enemy. Then he becomes your partner." But instead of partnership, Ethiopia and Eritrea chose war, and Africa wept. My appeal to Ethiopians and Eritreans: do not let history repeat itself. You are one family. Do not let the sea that should connect you become a wall of hatred. Today, Ethiopia is a giant, over 120 million people, a nation of ancient history and a young, growing population, a land rich in culture, fertile soil, and unshakable pride. But Ethiopia has no coastline. Every container, every barrel of oil, every export travels through foreign ports. More than 95% of Ethiopia's trade goes through Djibouti. This dependence is dangerous. A nation this big can't rely forever on one gate. Ethiopia needs alternatives. Naturally, Assab comes to mind, closer than Djibouti, strategically placed. From Ethiopia's view, it makes sense. From Eritrea's view, it feels like a threat. Here lies the conflict. Eritrea is small in population compared to Ethiopia, but its spirit is unshakable. Eritrea fought for 30 years to gain independence. Tens of thousands of Eritrean fighters gave their lives. Every family in Eritrea carries the scars of war. For Eritreans, Assab is not just a port, it is sovereignty itself. To them, any demand from Ethiopia that sounds like entitlement feels like an insult to their sacrifice. Eritreans say, we welcome trade, we welcome partnership, but Assab is Eritrea. We will never give up our land, and their fear is understandable. They remember the bloody border war. They remember promises broken. For them, guarding Assab is guarding their very identity. Now, the tension rises again. Ethiopian leaders speak of their right to access the sea. Eritrean voices respond sharply. This is non-negotiable. The Horn of Africa trembles at the thought. Will these words turn into weapons? Will Ethiopia and Eritrea once again send their young men to die on battlefields? Will mothers once again bury their sons for political lines on a map? Kwame Nkrumah once said, divided we are weak. United Africa could become one of the greatest forces for good in the world. War between Ethiopia and Eritrea would not just weaken them, it would weaken Africa. If war comes, it will not remain a border issue. The Red Sea is one of the busiest shipping routes in the world. Instability there will draw in global powers, foreign armies, foreign navies, foreign interests. Ethiopia and Eritrea would not only fight each other, they would open the door to outsiders who care nothing for African unity. War would destroy economies, displace millions, and stain Africa's image yet again. The Horn of Africa has already bled enough. Somalia, Sudan, Tigray, Afar, Oromia all have known war. Do we really need another one? But there is another way. What if Assab becomes a symbol of partnership, not division? Eritrea keeps its sovereignty. Ethiopia gains guaranteed peaceful access, a joint development zone, new roads, railways, pipelines built together, jobs for Eritreans, opportunities for Ethiopians. Imagine Assab as a hub of trade, industry, and prosperity, not tanks and trenches. John F. Kennedy once said, let us never negotiate out of fear, but let us never fear to negotiate. Ethiopia and Eritrea can negotiate, not fight. They can share, not steal. They can build, not burn. Here, the African Union must rise. Addis Ababa, the AU headquarters, is only hours away from Assab. How shameful would it be if war erupts in the shadow of Africa's own peace house? The AU can't remain silent. Silence is betrayal. The AU must mediate, must facilitate dialogue, must remind both nations Africa's strength is in unity. As the African proverb says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Ethiopia and Eritrea must go together for themselves, for Africa. The graves of 1998 to 2000 are still fresh. The tears of widows are not yet dry. The scars of orphans have not yet healed. To repeat the same mistake is madness. To forgive and build peace is greatness. War does not build nations. War destroys them. Unity builds nations. Unity lifts them. Marcus Garvey once said, "A people without the knowledge of their past history, origin, and culture is like a tree without roots." Ethiopia and Eritrea now their shared roots. Now they must protect the tree. To my brothers and sisters in Ethiopia and Eritrea, look in the mirror. Do you not see the same face? Do you not hear the same language? Do you not bleed the same blood? Do not let leaders convince you that your neighbor is your enemy. The true enemy is poverty, backwardness, and division. To the leaders, history is watching. Generations will judge you. Do not be remembered as the ones who led your people to graves. Be remembered as the ones who built a bridge of peace across the Red Sea. And to the African Union, wake up, do your duty. The Horn of Africa can't afford another war. As for me, I speak not as a politician, but as an African, as a human being. I believe in peace. I believe in unity. I believe Ethiopians and Eritreans are one family, divided by politics, not by destiny. War is easy. Peace is hard, but peace is worthy. Let Assab be remembered not as the reason for war, but as the birthplace of reconciliation. Let the Red Sea shine with trade, not with tears. Let this generation say, "We chose peace and we build a future." No more war, no more blood, no more division. Ethiopia and Eritrea, let peace prevail. Now, I want to hear from you. Do you believe Ethiopia and Eritrea can find a peaceful solution over Assab? What do you think the African Union should do in this crisis? And most importantly, how can ordinary people, not just leaders, push for peace? Drop your thoughts, your hopes, and your solutions in the comment below. Because peace is not only built in conference rooms, it is built in the hearts and voices of the people. Your comment might be the voice that inspires someone else to believe in peace. So, write, share, speak. Let us start the conversation of peace together. God bless Ethiopia, Eritrea, and the whole Africa.